In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice tags out Trey Cluxton right. Ground ball right back to Jackie. Bobbles the ball. Nice. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later. 2.
And he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. Zach Hall, what a play!
Oh, and moonshot. Oh, he rolled it! What a catch! What a catch!
Bears coming home. And he hits it. What a play! What a play! The double play from Jerry Langston. And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver. He's amazing at all. I don't know if I like it. Oh! Down. He got him. Oh my God! He brought the play before he was there.
Cat Aubrey switched the first. Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil! In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver!
And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60.
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's going to be out. Jordan Rice tags out Trey Cluxton right. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Harden.
Cross, get out, ball later.
And he
in play. That's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! That's in play down the third base line. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
To that. What a play over at third.
That's in play, and he might have just missed it. Caught and run from Jordan Wright.
Cross, get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here. Walk off home run. Oh, top for the out. His Bears coming home. And he hits it. And that's a shot. Zach Conway. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's out. Flipped over the first. I don't know if I like it.
Flips the first. Oh, and moonshot. Oh, he rolled it! Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
Welcome, wiffle ball fans, to AWA Field. Tonight we are live with the NLCS Eastern Enforcers taking on the Northern Nighthawks to try to punch a ticket to the World Series and play against the Central Cyclones. Good evening, everybody. It's going to be an exciting one tonight between these two teams. Tonight I'm Mark Campanero. I'm going to be joined alongside Alex Harden for tonight's broadcast, and it's going to be a battle between these two teams here tonight. Best of 5 series here in the NLCS. Each team had to battle their way to get here. Nighthawks beating the Aces and the ALDS to get here, and the Enforcers beating the Mojo in the NLDS to get to this series. Tonight's starting lineups for the Eastern Enforcers, we're going to have Drew Williams leading it off. Jake Oliver will hit second. Brock Blayhouse third. Chase Winkler will hit fourth. And Josh Gradwell rounds out the squad hitting fifth. Your Enforcers lineup. And for the Northern Nighthawks, Chance Justice will lead it off. Jack Blayhouse hitting second. Drew Gradwell third. And Philip Grossenbacher rounds out the squad hitting fourth. Those are your Enforcers Nighthawks starting lineups for tonight's game here in the NLCS. We're going to send it down to Alex Harden, who has Drew Williams of the Eastern Enforcers.
What's going on, guys? I'm here with Drew Williams of the Eastern Enforcers. Drew, you guys handled the Mojo in the first round pretty good. How are you feeling coming into the series against the Nighthawks?
We're feeling pretty good. From 3 games to possibly 5 games, I think we're ready for it. I'm fighting a cold a little bit, so hopefully I can channel my inner Michael Jordan flu game tonight.
I like that attitude. Now, tonight you're probably going to be facing Drew Gradwell on the mound, a lefty. How are you personally going to adjust to that as a left-handed hitter?
Well, last time I faced him, didn't do so great. Probably just going to try and work some walks, maybe some cheap singles. That's kind of my plan. Just don't strike out. Let the big righties behind me hit the homers. So that's my plan for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. We're going to get going to the game time. Drew, thanks so much.
Yep,
Good
thanks,
luck today.
Alex.
We're going to get first pitch of game 1 started here very shortly. Josh Gradwell will be on the mound for the Enforcers. And Josh Gradwell this season, both in the regular season and in the postseason, has just had some unbelievable numbers. Gradwell this year in the regular season, he was 11-5 on the year, a 2.02 ERA, 98 strikeouts on the year for Josh Gradwell. And what's going to be pretty crazy here tonight is Josh Gradwell will be pitching against his cousin, Drew Gradwell. And Drew Gradwell, he will be on the mound tonight for the Nighthawks, the rookie for the Nighthawks, who will more than likely be the Rookie of the Year. Drew Gradwell facing off against his cousin, Josh Gradwell. For those of you who joined us on Monday night, you saw the Cyclones take down the Southern Stingers in a sweep, and the Cyclones, they advanced to the 2023 AWA World Series. We're here in the NLCS between the Enforcers and the Nighthawks, each team fighting for a chance to play the Cyclones in the 2023 World Series. Chance Justice, he's going to lead it off for the Nighthawks. Again, Josh Gradwell had a low ERA this year in the league. 98 strikeouts on the year. Unbelievable numbers from Gradwell. It's going to be tough for the Nighthawks here tonight, but on the other side of the ball, it's going to be tough for the Enforcers as well, facing against Drew Gradwell, who's more than likely going to be the Rookie of the Year. Going to get first pitch going here. Pretty nice here in Edmonds, Washington. A little bit of a cloudy night, but we're in the high 60s. First pitch here from Josh Gradwell gets Justice to go around for strike one. Alex, what's going on?
Oh, not much, man. I'm just living the dream. It's a great day for wiffle ball. Perfect wiffle weather, I would say.
I would agree, and the Mariners, they won today, so.
Love that.
At least we didn't lose the series to the A's.
Yeah, that would have been embarrassing.
Would have been brutal. Ground ball gets past Drew Williams. Jake Oliver's there at short, and he makes the play on Chance Justice. Great job there from Jake Oliver. It's the first out here in the top of the first inning. One away, and Jack Blehouse now to the plate for the Nighthawks. Blehouse this season for the Nighthawks had one of the higher averages in the league, hitting .456. Only one home run on the year, 22 RBIs.
Yeah, Jack's been a on-base machine this year for the Nighthawks. Really sets up, the big power hitters in the Nighthawks lineups well. Knows his role.
Inside there, it's now 1-1 here to Blehouse, and yeah, he plays a pivotal role hitting in that second spot in the order. He's hit there all season long. His ability to get on base, he definitely sets up Drew Gradwell, who leads the Nighthawks in RBIs this season. Gradwell had 41 RBIs on the year, hit 9 home runs. Outside there from Josh Gradwell, and the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball fair down the third baseline. Drew Williams is just not going to have a play. Jack Blehouse easily beat that one out in the slow roll.
Bit of a swinging bunt there.
And that's going to work, and now it sets up Drew Gradwell. We're on a first, 1 away. Drew Gradwell has really been the heart and soul of this Nighthawks squad, doing it both on the mound and at the plate. Generally, how Drew Gradwell goes, the Nighthawks go as well. Count is now 1-1 here to Gradwell. Facing his cousin, first time here tonight.
Going to see this matchup quite a bit.
We've seen it, we saw it in the regular season as well, and Josh Gradwell generally had his cousin Drew's number this season. It's going to be a no pitch from Gradwell, 62 miles an hour on the gun. 2-1 is the count, and that's outside for ball 3. 3-1 here to Drew Gradwell. Runner on first, 1 away here in the top of the first inning of Game 1, NLCS. Swing and a miss there from Drew Gradwell, and the count is now full. Nighthawks definitely trying to strike early here against this Enforcers team. Again, the Enforcers started the year off 0-6 on the season, but they have been red hot in the middle to later half of the year as that hit the zone. Strike 3. Drew Gradwell strikes out looking for the second out here in the top of the first inning. Philip Grossenbacher will step up to the plate.
That's a big out for Josh on the mound. Nighthawks are a patient bunch, so they will take their walks.
Like you mentioned, Alex, they do take their walks. They try to get on any way they can. Walks end up being very important here in the AWA. Can lead to some bad situations for the opposing teams. 3-0 to Grossenbacher, and he goes around there for strike one.
We love a 3-0 swing.
I never hate the 3-0 swings. Always a fan, and Grossenbacher holds there for ball 4. Runners now on first and second for the Nighthawks. Chance Justice will step up to the plate for the second time here in the inning. Still 2 outs in the inning. Josh Gradwall trying to get out of this mini jam that he's in. First pitch is in there to Chance Justice. 0-1 the count. Goes around there. Josh Gradwall now way ahead here at 0-2.
Doesn't have to throw him a strike here. Gotta be careful with Chance.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Chance Justice, and no run score here in the top of the first inning. We remain 0-0. We go to the bottom of the first here in the NLCS game number 1.
Well, I was kind of game daying it, so I wasn't watching it, but, dude, we can't lose 2 in a row to that team, man. That would have been bad.
I mean, last night I can understand because we had to start losing.
Yeah, I know.
In an emergency start, but still.
Glad we got back on track today, right?
By the way, we were watching their batting practice. I was not impressed with anybody on the
Oh, that's right. You guys were on the field last night. Yeah. You just knew it was going to be a battle.
No, I was watching their batting practice, and I'm like, none of these guys are impressive, you know? Drew Williams to the plate. Ground ball over to Chance Justice. He tries to flip over and hit Drew Williams, but misses him. So Drew Williams will reach for the enforcers. Runner on first here for Jake Oliver, who was the home run king in the regular season. 12 home runs on the year for Jake Oliver. Gradwall starts him off. Drew Gradwall starts him off with ball 1. Second pitch is low. 2-0 to Jake Oliver, the 2022 MVP. Popped up into the air. Philip Grossenbacher underneath it, and he makes the grab for out number 1. 1 away now in the bottom of the first inning. We're going to see Brock Blehaus stepping up to the plate. Brock Blehaus had some clutch hits back in that NLDS for the enforcers.
We'd love to see that. Brock's average in the regular season wasn't up there where he wanted it to be, but coming up clutch when it matters most. Proven that regular season stats aren't all what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, Brock Blehaus, he hit a walk-off home run in game 1 of the NLDS. On the call, he wanted us to call it a Brock-off, so we did. Game of the Brock-off, game 1 of the NLDS.
Sounds more like a Bach-off.
Brock fouls that pitch off. 3-1. Now the count to Brock Blehaus. And yeah, Brock Blehaus, he's a streaky hitter, that's for sure. Sometimes he's hitting tanks, other times he's striking out and screaming like you wouldn't believe.
Good quality AB there, though. See,
you don't really know what you're going to get with him.
Oh, he's putting on the proper hat now.
See, oh wow, oh wow.
He's serious today.
I think his brother, the league commish, Jack Blehaus, might have yelled at him earlier. I think that's the first time I've seen him wear the Enforcer's hat all season long.
It's been a different hat every week, just hasn't been the Enforcer's.
Sometimes he wears the pink hat. Sometimes he wears the Jersey Mike's hat. You know, you just never know. You never know with Brock Playhouse.
He's still got the other one in his hand, though. I wonder what the play is there.
I don't know. You know, maybe there's some good TikTok content
tomfoolery going on.
Who knows?
Or
Chase Winkler goes around there. It's now 1-2 here to Winkler.
I guess we'd call it Brock foolery.
Swing and a miss. Chase Winkler down on strikes, out number 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. And now up to the plate is Josh Gradwall, going to face his cousin Drew Gradwall for the first time here tonight at the plate. First pitch from cousin Drew Gradwall is outside. Ball 1. And the slider hits the zone for a strike. 1-1 to Josh Gradwall. Enforcers runners on first and second, 2 away. That is hit well out to center, and Josh Gradwall with a 3-run shot. It scrapes off the top of the fence and goes over, but it counts all the same. A 3-run shot for Josh Gradwall, and the Enforcers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
Looked like a bit of an emergency hack there. Josh just kind of poked his bat at that one, but made it solid enough contact. Just had enough on it to scrape it over the wall.
Unreal. Josh Gradwall in his first at-bat here tonight takes his cousin Drew Gradwall deep for a 3-run homer, and Drew Williams hits that up the middle. Philip Grossenbacher throws on over to first, and they get the out at first. We're gonna go to the replay just to make sure that that call was correct. Call on the field is out, but we will go to the monitors.
Drew was really trucking up the line there.
Enforcers hoping that they can keep this inning going. We're in the top of the second inning. Or, apologize, bottom of the first inning. And we're waiting for the call from the monitors.
Challenge the first one that we had on the first game. Chances safe.
I think. Is this foot on the bag there? Yeah. Ball's not in the mid? Yeah.
And the call on the field is overturned. Drew Williams is safe at first. Credit
Very
Drew Williams with an infield single. So the Enforcers have a runner on here in the bottom of the first, 2 away. And the home run king, Jake Oliver, will step up to the plate. If you're a Nighthawks fan, you're really wishing you had that one. You want to try to get out of this inning and get back to the sticks. Try to get some runs back.
Yeah, it's a tough play there for sure.
Up the middle, it gets past Grossenbacher. That'll be a single for Jake Oliver, and this inning just continues for the Enforcers as there's now runners on first and second. Brock Playhouse is going to step up to the dish. Brock Playhouse, he's 0 for 0 on the night, has a walk.
Would you call that a Brock?
Has a Brock in his first plate appearance. Are we just going to be doing play on words with Brock's names all night?
I'm down.
Ground ball, it's off of his leg. It's going to be a foul ball. It'll be a foul ball. Runners will go back to first and second. Count is 2-1 now on Brock Playhouse.
Hey, Drew. 5-5-5.
That feels weird because there's a pin in my head.
No, the Mets. You were born with that.
2-1 here to Brock Playhouse. Pitch from Gradwall is inside. It's now 3-1. That is ripped out to deep left center field, and it gets over the wall. A 3-run shot for Brock Playhouse, and that's going to end the inning here in the bottom of the first as the Enforcers reach the run limit. And that's incredible. We're going to go back to that replay of where they almost had the out on Drew Williams a couple of batters ago, but instead the inning continues, and the Enforcers add 3 more on. Lead at 6-0.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge point in the series for sure. We're going to look back on that. That could be a big difference in the series, but I think the booth got the call right there. Drew had his foot down just before Chance caught the ball. Tough break for the Nighthawks for sure.
Unbelievable. The Enforcers offense is here early in this game 1 of the NLCS. We're here in the top of the 2nd inning now. Jack Playhouse up to the plate. He looks at ball 1 from Josh Gradwall. And yeah, I mean, what a change of events. I mean, that's going to be looked at. Good thing is we went to the monitor. We know that we got that call right. But geez, that's a turning point here for the Nighthawks. So they're now down 6-0. 3-0 to Jack Playhouse. Inside, a 4-pitch walk. And now Drew Gradwall is going to step up to the plate. Runner on for the Nighthawks as they're trying to get back some runs. Drew Gradwall gave up 6 runs bottom of the first inning. Very uncharacteristic of Drew Gradwall. Now up to the plate trying to get some of those runs back. First pitch from his cousin Josh hits the top part of the zone for strike 1.
Tough pitch there.
Drew Gradwall fouls that one off. 0-2 to Drew Gradwall. Ripped up the middle, gets past Jake Oliver. Jack Playhouse rounds second. He's going to head to third. And that's a single for Drew Gradwall. And the Nighthawks now have runners at the corners. Philip Grossenbacher going to step up to the plate. Still nobody out in the top of the 2nd.
Good heads up base running there from Playhouse. Saw Jake go for the dive there, and ball got by him. It's just a free bag.
This Nighthawks team's going to have to battle down 6 runs. It's not an impossible comeback for this squad. Still a lot of game left to be played as Grossenbacher's looking at a 2-0 count. Big swing and a miss there. Strike 1, 2-1 to Grossenbacher. Hits the zone. There's that drop pitch, that famous drop pitch we see from Josh Gradwall night in and night out. And it's now 2-2. Fouled off the dog over there on the first base side. Her name is Luna, for those of you wondering. Count remains 2-2. Swing and a miss from Grossenbacher. And Grossenbacher strikes out. 1 away here in the top of the 2nd inning. And yeah, for those of you out there who might be watching and wondering, that dog's name down there is Luna. Drew Gradwall, that's his dog. Luna's sitting right next to Drew's wife, Leah. 1-0. Chance Justice, that's ripped foul down the third baseline. 1-1 now to Justice. Again, the Nighthawks down 6 runs here early. Game 1 of the NLCS, trying to get some back. Justice swings right there. Strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes.
Want that one back. That's a slider over the plate.
Swing and a miss, and Chance Justice strikes out swinging. That's now back-to-back strikeouts for Josh Gradwall. You're on the top of the 2nd inning. First two batters got on in the inning. Gradwall's done well to strike out the next two. Now he's facing Jack Blayhouse at a single in his last at-bat. Ball one here to Blayhouse. That one's fouled off for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Alex, you think you're going to get any sunny days here soon? It's been gray all week.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. We're moving into September, so I mean, fall's on the way.
Ground ball right to Josh Gradwall. Throws over to first, and the call on the field is safe. We'll see what the enforcers want to do here if they want to go to the monitor to check it out. But as it stands now, Jack Blayhouse safe over at first, and a run will score.
I think that's the correct call. I think he beat it. Yeah.
Great call on the field from our field umpire, Tom Blayhouse. Call on the field is safe. It's the correct call, so that'll be an RBI single for Jack Blayhouse. And the Nighthawks, they get a run back. Drew Gradwall will step in with 2 runners on. Big swing and a miss there. The slider. 0-1.
Luna Cam.
There she is, Luna Gradwall. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Drew Gradwall. Got his dog Luna looking on. 1-2. Pitch here from Josh Gradwall, hits the zone, strike 3. Drew Gradwall strikes out looking. Nighthawks, they get 1 run back here in the top of the 2nd inning. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Forcers lead it 6-1. Chase Winkler leads it off for the Enforcers here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Enforcers trying to add on to this big 5-run lead they have in Game 1 of the NLCS. Ground ball right back to Drew Gradwall. He flips on over to first to get the easy out on Chase Winkler. 1 away in the inning. Josh Gradwall will face his cousin Drew Gradwall for the 2nd time here tonight at the plate. Josh Gradwall won the first battle against his cousin Drew. Took him deep for a 3-run shot last inning. Ball 1 here to Josh Gradwall. He looks at a strike on the outside part of the zone. 1-1. Inside, ball 2. Goes around for strike 2. Count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 away in the inning.
He was way out ahead of that slider.
Josh Gradwall swings and misses for out number 2. 2 away. Bottom of the 2nd, Drew Gradwall ends up winning that next matchup against his cousin Josh. Drew Williams now steps in. Slider hits the zone for a strike. Ground ball over to Chance Justice at first. Nobody's covering, and Justice bobbles the ball. Drew Williams will get there easily.
I think that's 3 infield singles for Drew Williams today.
Unfortunate error there for Chance Justice and the Nighthawks. And remember, Drew Williams had that infield single to get things to keep things going last inning, which ended up leading to a Brock Playhouse 3-run shot. Popped up into the air, Drew Gradwall coming on. He makes the grab in foul territory for out number 3. No run score for the Enforcers here in the bottom of the second inning. Enforcers still lead it 6-1. We go to the final inning here in NLCS game number 1. Pitch from Josh Gradwall, and Philip Grossenbacher goes around for strike 1. 1-1 now to Grossenbacher as he looks at a ball high there. Ball and a strike. Grossenbacher and the Nighthawks are going to have to get things going here as Josh Gradwall was unable to get there in time. That'll be a foul ball. 1-2.
I wish you would have.
Peter would have.
I wish you would have. Jake would have.
1-2 to Philip Grossenbacher. Kind of wish Josh Gradwell would have dove right there, but hey,
Would have been
just
a
trying
heck
to
of
stay
a
healthy,
play.
and it would have mattered as Philip Grossenbacher strikes out. One away here in the top of the third inning. Enforcers trying to hold on to this 5-run lead that they have here and go a game up on the Nighthawks here in the NLCS. Chance Justice does well. Look at ball 1, 1-0. Looks at a strike there on the inside part of the zone. 1-1. Nobody on, 1 away. Inside again, 2-1 now to Justice. Big swing and a miss there, and the count is now even. You know, this game, it's going to be tougher and tougher for the Nighthawks to come back. Ground ball right back to Josh Gradwall. Gets underneath him, and Chance Justice gets on for the Nighthawks.
Looks like Josh pulled up there a little bit going for that ball. Jake was scorching in behind him, but wonder if he should try to just make the play himself there. Kind of looked like Cam Newton in the Super Bowl, not going for that fumble.
Yeah, it's possible that Josh just kept thinking, hey, I'm going to just throw this over to first, but you got to field the ground ball first before you can throw it.
It's an important step in the process.
I would say so. Jack Playhouse will step in. He looks at ball 1 there from Josh Gradwall. And yeah, you know, taking the first game of the series in any series in the AWA is always crucial, as about 40% of the time, the team that wins the first game in a series generally goes on to win said series.
Is that true? Or did you just make that up?
You know, we don't need to, you know, talk in actualities, you know what I mean?
Well,
but
it sounded pretty accurate, so I'm going to choose to believe whatever you just said.
yeah, you know, I've been here for just about every game. I'd say it's true.
Yeah.
2-2 now to Jack Playhouse. Ground ball. It's a fair ball, and Jack Playhouse beats that out easily. An infield single for Jack Playhouse, and there's now runners on first and second for Drew Gradwall. Yeah, you know, Alex, something that I've figured out is that, you know, if you make up a stat and you say it with confidence, generally people will believe you.
I agree. I think that's a very solid assessment.
Like, you know, Drew Gradwall this season, if he sees a first pitch strike, generally 70% of the time hits a home run. Kind of nuts. that was false, but 1-0 to Drew Gradwall as he fouls that one back into the backstop.
Maybe you were right and you just don't know it.
That's true.
Gotta be confident.
That's facts. That's facts.
But see, now I don't believe you at all because you immediately walked it back.
I think it's because I thought that one was so ridiculous that I don't think it's believable. 1-2 to Drew Gradwall. Swing and a miss, and Drew Gradwall, he strikes out for out number 2. 2 away in the inning. Philip Grossenbacher, the last hope for the Nighthawks, will step in. Nighthawks down to their final out here in game 1. Josh Gradwall trying to shut the door. Hits the top of the zone for strike 1. 0-1 here to Grossenbacher. Inside for a ball.
Phillips got to be patient here. He's had a tough day at the plate so far, but always time to turn it around.
1-1 to Grossenbacher. Swing and a miss.
That's not how you do it.
It's now 1-2, and the Nighthawks all of a sudden are down to their final strike. Pitch from Gradwall. Swing and a miss, and Philip Grossenbacher strikes out for the final out here in game 1 of the NLCS. The Enforcers, they take it 6-1 here in game 1. And we're going to get game number 2 started immediately after this game. We will be back shortly for some more NLCS playoff action.
You want me to do an interview? Are you getting mics? Yeah, right, Jack? Away. Same.
I mean, yeah, you don't get tax credit for taking a like truck beat.
You went to the game on Monday?
Put around your Christmas lights.
All right, and we are in between game 1 and game 2 of the NLCS. Enforcers took game 1, final score 6-1. And before we get game 2 started, we're going to send it down to Alex Harden, who has Josh Gradwall of the Eastern Enforcers.
With Josh Gradwall. Now, Josh, game 1, you were pretty much the difference on the mound and at the plate, hitting the home run early, which ended up being the winning runs and dominating on the mound. What was going through your mind, game 1?
Yeah, I think we're the scariest team in the league when we can get our bats going, so I was really just trying to give my team some energy and have them get some hits. And, I mean, Brock's probably the hottest hitter in the league right now, so having him keep going is huge for us.
And then we've seen it a few times over the course of the season, and in the last game in particular, you get into some jams on the mound sometimes, you know, runners at the corners or scoring position, and you seem to find ways to get out of it. Can you talk about your process on the mound when you're in situations like that?
Yeah, I kind of take it as like I hold a grudge where it's like I walk that guy, or for example, Jack was hitting some rinky-dink singles, and man, I take that personally, and I let the guys in the batter's box know my frustrations.
I love that answer. That's all I got for you. Best of luck in game 2.
Thanks, brother.
You just heard from Josh Gradwall of the Eastern Enforcers. I thought I heard him say that Brock Blehaus was the hottest hitter in the league, and you know, I think that's a bold claim, Josh Gradwall, but we'll see. I mean, Brock Blehaus, he does have a couple of home runs in the playoffs, but for all of you who don't know, Brock Blehaus and myself, we kind of have a little rivalry going here in the AWA, so we like to joke around with each other.
No joke.
Yeah, we are in between games 1 and 2 of the NLCS. Again, Enforcers, they took game 1 of this series. Enforcers won game 1, final score 6-1. But if any of you are out there and you're looking for some new power tools or new tools for any reason, make sure you go on over to the store and buy Milwaukee. Milwaukee, they're the official groundskeeping crew of the AWA. Make sure you head on over to the store and buy Milwaukee.
And don't forget about the official shoe sponsor, Crocs. We're still waiting on that.
Yeah, Crocs, please sponsor
Can we
us.
get the Croc cam going?
Yeah, we're gonna get an Alex Croc cam going.
We're still waiting on the DM from them. I know they make Croc cleats now. They're pretty fly.
I personally have never worn Crocs, but I've only heard good things.
I mean, there's only good things to be said. I mean, you know.
I think at this point,
I'm not in sports mode right now.
It's not about if I'm gonna get Crocs. It's when I'm gonna get Crocs and what color am I gonna get them in. You know what I mean?
That's a good analysis. I would say.
I'm trying to figure that out. Alex, I'll definitely come to you for my Croc needs. As Drew Williams looks at ball 1, we're the start of game 2 of the NLCS. Enforcers with a 1-game lead here in the series. As Drew Williams fouls that pitch off. It's now 2-1 here to Williams. This is pretty sweet here. We now have 2 umpires out in the field. We got Aaron Schofield, team captain of the Atlantic Aces out there, and then we have Tom Blayhouse.
Looks like that umpire shirt
well.
definitely fits Aaron Schofield perfectly.
You know, Aaron Schofield, he truly looks like he's done this before. Like he truly looks like an umpire out there. If you told me he was an umpire, I'd 100% believe you. 2-0 here to Jake Oliver.
Drew's got to find the zone here. Don't want to start off with too many walks.
And the Enforcers, they exploded in the first inning of game 1 of this series for 6 runs off of Drew Gradwall. As that gets past Jack Blayhouse, Philip Grossenbacher was there to back him up. Be a single for Jake Oliver. Runners on first and second for the Enforcers.
Dude, so I actually did it the right way.
And this Enforcers squad just has such an explosive offense. Truly is one of the reasons why they've been so good in the league this year, as well as making it to the 2022 World Series last season. Enforcers lost a heartbreaker last year to the Southern Stingers. Enforcers were up 3-1. Had a 3-1 series lead in the World Series last season and ended up falling to the Southern Stingers in an unbelievable comeback from that Stingers team.
Much like the Warriors against the Cavs. Sometimes you just run into a team that makes the right adjustments.
And now this Enforcers team trying to get back to the World Series for their 2nd consecutive year and get that World Series title that they've been hoping for. Brock Blayhouse down on strikes. There's now 1 away.
Is that one a Brock out? No, that one doesn't work.
A Brock out?
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
Nah, I didn't particularly like that one either.
I'm trying though. I'm trying.
I like it. I respect it. I think you're gonna come up with a good one here tonight.
I don't know, Brock off and Brock.
That's hit high and deep out to left center, and Philip Grossenbacher makes the grab up against the fence. Great play out there from Grossenbacher, robbing Chase Winkler of a potential double there.
Drew Williams almost got thrown out there at second. He's lucky he's able to get back. Would have been a rough way to end the inning.
Gradwall hits the zone here against his cousin Josh Gradwall. That hits the zone. 0-2 now to Josh Gradwall. That's outside for a ball. 1-2. Now the count. Popped up into the air. Philip Grossenbacher makes the grab for out number 3. No run score for the Enforcers in the top of the first inning. We remain tied 0-0. Chance Justice to the plate now as he looks at ball 1. 1-0 here to Justice. And Josh Gradwall able to connect there for strike 1. 1-1 here to Chance Justice. And Nighthawks so far here in this series have only put up 1 run against the Enforcers. Looking to change that here in this game 2. Try to tie the series up at a game apiece. Ground ball gets past Josh Gradwell on the mound. Drew Williams picks it up, but Chase Winkler unable to hold on. So Chance Justice will be safe over at first. Jack Blayhouse will get to bat with a runner on. 1 on and nobody out. Jack Blayhouse steps in. It's crucial in these playoffs to try to get the offense going early in these games, and we saw how effective it was for the Enforcers in game 1, scoring 6 runs at the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, they jumped out ahead and didn't really give up didn't really let them get close. I mean, they had the scare, I think it was the second inning, but other than that, Josh pretty much shut them down. Oh.
Ground ball over to Drew Williams. He throws to Jake Oliver at second, and the call on the field is safe. Chance Justice safe at second. Jack Blayhouse gets on over to first, and there's the replay on your screen. Chance is safe at second. Runners on first and second here for Drew Gradwall. Nobody out in the inning. Looks at a ball inside that grazes his arm.
That was nowhere near.
Gradwall fouls that one back. A ball and a strike now to Drew Gradwall. And that's outside for ball 2. Drew Gradwall been a little quiet here tonight. As his cousin Josh has had his number.
Josh has had a lot of guys' numbers this year up on the mound.
He has.
Very tough customer.
He's a difficult pitcher.
You know, in the interview after the game, he said, you know, when he's in situations like these, I don't know if you heard, but he takes offense to it. He likes to take his anger out on the batter.
I was gonna say, it takes offense to what? Okay, all right. Hey, you know whatever works.
Takes
Whatever
offense
works.
to his own performance, I guess.
Got it. Okay. You know, whatever you can use as motivation. Ground ball gets through the hole out there, and Chance Justice will round third and head home, and Jake Oliver throws that out of play. Base runners will be awarded a base.
Wait.
Runners on second and third. A run scores for the Nighthawks. They strike first here in game 2 of the NLCS.
Second and third, yeah. somebody decide ahead of time, so then get somebody else to score to. Yeah.
Just go to third.
Nobody remembers it, but.
We had this back argument with Dominic, so that's why I'm bringing it up. Now we're gonna go back on
where okay, let's clarify the rule then.
He doesn't have third yet. He doesn't
Right.
get 2 bases.
Right, but you were from what I saw, you were halfway to second on that.
Well, I was past second. He was like right there. I was past second. So
Sorry, you were halfway to third.
yeah. So basically, Jake's saying if it hits the backstop or if he throws it out of play, I would be a third no matter what. That's not true, right? He's saying if it hits the backstop, I'd stay at third. He says if he threw it out of play, which he did, I'd still be at third. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I'd be home.
I mean, yeah, that really doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because if he's halfway, he's pretty much taking the bag. If he throws it out of bounds,
Let's not let the players make the decision.
yeah, it's up to Mark. It's up to Mark.
Because I'm going to argue one way, you're going to argue in the other.
Yeah.
Watch the replay. Where is he? Watch the replay. Where is he? Probably right here.
At the time of the throw?
Okay.
Why do you guys stop hitting fucking ground?
Honestly, it doesn't
So
me either way, but let's get it
we're
right.
currently discussing right now on whether or not Jack Blayhouse will get awarded home there. The call on the field is that Jack Blayhouse will get awarded third on the overthrow from Jake Oliver. So runners on second and third, a run scores. We're just trying to make sure that we have this scoring correct, as the argument from the Nighthawks is that Jack Blayhouse should be awarded home on that overthrow from Jake Oliver. So we're discussing here, and we're going to try to make sure that we have this correct. We will be back shortly with the correct call.
Hey, Jack, let them fucking do what they're doing. Just don't even get involved. You don't get a say. Let the umps make the call.
They have to be watching, because they're not watching.
Like immediately in my head when I saw it, I was like, is that what we want, or we just want to keep doing it? Well, if we've already fucking called on track, either way, I've tried to argue calls and it doesn't go our way. So let's just work with what we got. Now our momentum is dying down because saw that Jake was going to overthrow it.
I don't care. Let's give him the run. Can we just go? I really don't care. Let's go back for Philip.
I said they end up.
What are we doing?
It gets to the point where no one's
Dude, this is the dominant. I would have stayed at third if it hit the backstop. That's the rule.
Okay.
Really happening?
Jack.
Go, Phil.
Okay, we hit a home run.
Yeah, we're jacking you. Okay, yeah, we're jacking you.
Go, Josh. Go, Phil. I'm in.
Hey, stop.
No call.
Yeah, why do New York call on
New York call. There you go.
Thank you, that's all.
Third
That
call.
means in the right call is on the field.
That's the name of the come on.
So the call on the field is correct. It is runners on second and third, as Jack Blayhouse was on second base as Jake Oliver threw the ball out of play. He's awarded third base. Drew Gradwell is awarded second. Runners on second and third for Philip Grossenbacher.
Still nobody out in the inning.
And the Nighthawks did score a run on that play. So it's 1-0 Nighthawks. Swing and a miss from Grossenbacher. It's now 0-2. Swing and a miss, a 3-pitch strikeout to Grossenbacher, one away here in the bottom of the first inning. Chance Justice steps up to the plate. Pitch is high, ball one. And Justice goes around for a strike.
61.
Oh, 61 miles per hour. It's going to be a no pitch, so it's 1-0 still here to Justice. We made a great grab on that one.
Yeah,
So now
we're not
1-1.
fooled at all. We threw that ball back, right?
Justice swings there for strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes. Runners on second and third, 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Nighthawks lead at 1-0. And Justice swings on the high slider from Josh Gradwall. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Gradwall. 2 away in the bottom of the first. Jack Playhouse will step in. A couple of runners in scoring position as the Nighthawks try to add on to this 1-run lead that they have in the bottom of the first. Pitch is fouled off there from Playhouse, 0-1. Fouled off again. It's now 0-2 to Jack Playhouse. 0-2. Runners on second and third. 2 away. Sliders outside. Ball and 2 strikes now. Swing and a miss, and Jack Playhouse strikes out swinging for out number 3. 1-run scores for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the first. Go to the top of the second inning. Nighthawks lead at 1-0. First pitch to Drew Williams goes around for strike 1 and fouls that one off for strike 2. 0-2 to Drew Williams.
We love a zone adjustment.
Always need them. Got to make sure that zone is centered as Drew Gradwall throws Drew Williams a ball there. 1-2. Fouled off as Drew Williams stays alive. Swing and a miss, and Drew Gradwall strikes out Drew Williams. 1 away. Top of the second inning. Nice pitch there from Drew Gradwall. Got Drew Williams to chase. And now Jake Oliver will step in. Nobody on, a 1 away. First pitch hits the zone for strike 1. And that's popped up in the air right to Jack Playhouse. He makes the catch for out number 2. 2 away in the inning.
And a tough go at the plate for the home run king today.
Yeah, Jake Oliver generally so good at the plate, but there are times where he is cold early in games or series and then comes alive late in the game or the series.
That's very true. Still a dangerous hitter. Got to be cautious with him.
That's fouled off from Brock Playhouse.
Got to be cautious with this guy, too. He's got unreal power, but not a whole lot of discipline.
Yeah, Brock Playhouse had a 3-run homer back in game 1 which helped propel this Enforcers team to a Game 1 win. 2-2 to Brock Blayhouse. Full count to Brock Blayhouse. Pitch from Gradwall is low, and Brock Blayhouse walks here in the top of the second. Runner on. Chase Winkler will step up to the plate. Chase Winkler also been a little quiet here tonight. Had a double robbed from him.
Yeah, long out.
That's popped up in the air. It's going to stay in the park, and Chance Justice doesn't make the grab, but tags Brock Blayhouse for the third and final out of the inning. No run score for the Enforcers here in the top of the second inning. Nighthawks still lead it 1-0. Drew Gradwall to the plate for the Nighthawks. Nighthawks have a one-run lead. By no means is a one-run lead safe, as that's a ground ball right back to Josh Gradwall. And Josh Gradwall has been having a tough time here tonight getting those comebackers. He hasn't been able to field very many just yet. Drew Gradwall will get on.
He's got to go to the Alex Harden School of Pitcher Fielding. I don't know what it is, but when I pitch, I am a gold glover, but when I do not pitch, everything is an error. I don't know what it is. It's like...
You know, I don't think you're the worst fielder in the world. I really don't.
I'm certainly not the best, though. I'm top 20 for sure.
That's ripped over to Chase Winkler at first. That'll be a single for Philip Grossenbacher. Runners on first and second. And, you know, Alex, to your point, I mean, it's not easy, you know, being an infielder out there and making good throws to first all the time. That wiffle ball,
I don't know where that ball's going.
Goes, yeah, every which way. You never know. Swing and a miss from Chance Justice. Nice slider there from Josh Gradwall. Nighthawks have runners on first and second. Nobody out. Gradwall just drops that one in there. Hits the top part of the zone. It's now 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Chance Justice strikes out. One away here in the inning. Jack Blayhouse steps up to the plate. First pitch here from Josh Gradwall is just high there for ball one.
Nighthawks with a prime opportunity to add on some more runs here. I mean, we say no lead is safe here in the AWA, and a one-run lead is certainly not safe.
1-1 here to Jack Blayhouse, and yeah, the Nighthawks are definitely going to need to try to add on some more here. They want to tie this series up.
That was a strike, right? Okay.
1-2 to Blayhouse. That's just low, and the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way from Josh Gradwall does not get past the bunt line out there in front of home plate, so that'll be a foul ball. Jack Blayhouse gonna have another opportunity here. 2-2 is the count. Runners on first and second. 1 away. Nighthawks trying to tie this series up. This is an important game for them. It's not easy to come back from a 2-0 lead. Pitch here from Josh Gradwell. Right back to Josh Gradwell. He throws to first. And the Enforcers are able to get the out on Jack Blayhouse at first. But the runners advance into scoring position. Runners at second and third now for Drew Gradwell.
Josh took the easy out there. I mean, could have gotten the guy at second or first probably, but wonder if Josh saw the opportunity to go 2 there.
Josh was here tonight, has had some problems with trying to field the ground ball right back to him, and right there he did a great job and threw the balls that he had in his hand out of his hand and just went to first to get the out. So great job from Josh Gradwell to get that second out.
I don't like to pitch with too many balls in my hand.
2-1 is the count here to Drew Gradwell. Inside, ball 3, 3-1. Fouled off from Drew Gradwell. Full count.
Hey, Drew. Chapman hit a guy with
2-2 is the count to Drew Gradwell. Had the count wrong there. That's low for a full count. Full count to Drew Gradwell. Runners on second and third, 2 away. Pitch here from Josh Gradwell. Swing and a miss, and Drew Gradwell strikes out. It's a major out for Josh Gradwell and the Enforcers. No runs score for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the second inning. Nighthawks still lead it 1-0. We go to the final inning here in NLCS Game 2. Josh Gradwell leads it off here in the top of the third inning.
last chance for the Enforcers.
Enforcers down a run. They're trying to go 2 games up on this Nighthawks team. That's inside for a ball. 1-1 to Josh Gradwell. Goes around for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. Josh Gradwell here tonight is 0 for 1. The fly out. 2-2 now to Josh Gradwell. Ripped up the middle right to Philip Grossenbacher for out number 1. 1 away here in the inning. Unfortunate there for Josh Gradwell. Hit that hard up the middle right to Philip Grossenbacher.
Phillips had a good day out there in the field. He's made a see, I think that's three outs now out there. He caught the long fly ball that Chase hit out there.
You know, something that I didn't catch on to all season long is this Nighthawks team. They've had matching as Drew Williams rips that out to deep center, and he goes yard for a solo shot. And the Enforcers have now tied it up here in the top of the third inning.
You know, I talked to Drew before the game, and he said he struggled against the lefty before, Drew Gradwell. made some adjustments coming into the series, just looking to see if it paid off, and it paid off right there. It's a huge home run for the Enforcers.
That lefty-on-lefty matchup between Drew Williams and Drew Gradwall, and Drew Williams wins that battle and takes Drew Gradwall deep to tie this ball game up 1-1. And Jake Oliver now steps up to the plate. 1-1 here to Oliver.
Thanks, Chase.
Popped up into the air, Drew Gradwall coming on. Not gonna get there in time. 0-2 now the count, but no, what I was mentioning, Alex, is all season long, I didn't even notice this, but the Nighthawks, they have matching shorts, matching Lululemon shorts.
Sponsor us, Lululemon.
So
yeah, they look fly. I mean,
that was a very nice
They gotta
gift.
be the best dressed team in the league for sure.
It was a very nice gift from team captain Jack Playhouse to all of his guys. Pretty sweet there.
Gotta love it.
Pitch is low. Swing and a miss. Jake Oliver strikes out, 2 away in the inning. Forcers were able to tie it here in the final inning of game 2. Drew Williams hit a solo shot to tie it, and now Drew Gradwall is going to have to face Brock Playhouse. Brock Playhouse had a 3-run homer in game 1 of this series.
He's been clutch in the playoffs thus far for the Enforcers.
2 home runs so far in this postseason for Brock Playhouse. Holds there, and it's now 2-0. That hits Brock. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Brock Playhouse. Drew Gradwall connects with the strike there. Too many Drews. Too many Drews, too many Gradwalls.
Too many Playhouses.
Gradwall connects there. Full count to Brock Playhouse.
Not sure what more Brock wanted with that pitch, but
he looks at ball 4. And, you know, Brock Playhouse this season, he was having his struggles earlier in the year, but he has really been dialed in at the plate.
Yeah, he's turned it around this postseason for sure. He's exactly what the Enforcers needed. Just more thump in the lineup.
And Jake Oliver has all the confidence in the world, and Brock Playhouse puts him in that 3 spot night in and night out. Chase Winkler steps up to the plate. Ripped, just foul, just to the right of the foul pole. And the umpires out there, Tom Playhouse and Aaron Schofield, they're calling that a foul ball.
The Enforcers want to, yeah.
It is in fact foul.
Yeah.
Chase Winkler, again, majority of his home runs this season have generally been to the opposite field. Thought he had one there. Would have given the Enforcers a 2-run lead in the final inning. So that's 0-1 here to Winkler. 1-1 now to Winkler. Runner on. 2 outs. Ground ball right back to Drew Gradwall. He throws on over to Chance Justice at first, and they get the out. But the Enforcers tie it here in the final inning of NLCS game number 2. Drew Williams with a solo shot ties it up. We're all tied 1-1. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Philip Grossenbacher up for the Nighthawks. Swing and a miss there. Nighthawks trying to walk this game off and tie this series up. Another swing and a miss. It's now 0-2. Ripped up the middle, one hops the fence. Philip Grossenbacher rounds first and goes back over there as Jake Oliver was heading over, trying to maybe make sure he didn't go anywhere else. Runner on for the Nighthawks. Chance Justice steps in. Great job there from Philip Grossenbacher as Nighthawks now have the winning run on at first.
Phillips had 2 solid base hits his last at-bats. Turn it around from game 1.
Chance Justice here in this game 2. He's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and reached on an error. Big swing and a miss. Ball and a strike. That hits the zone as Josh Gradwell has had some nasty pitches here.
I think they've all been
tonight.
Yeah.
Ripped right off of the leg of Drew Williams, throws on over to Chase Winkler at first, and Chance Justice will be safe. Philip Grossenbacher advances on the throw. So now the Nighthawks have runners on first and third, and the winning run is now just 45 feet away from home. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Jack Playhouse up from the Nighthawks, and you know you're going to get a quality at bat from him.
Especially in this situation, trying to get that winning run in and tie this series up. 0-1 here to Jack Playhouse. Big swing and a miss there. Playhouse now behind 0-2. That pitch is high. Ball and 2 strikes. Now Jack Playhouse. Again, runners on first and third. The winning run on at third base for this Nighthawk squad. Jack Playhouse holds there. 2-2. Infield is in for this Enforcers team. Definitely need to go home here. Can't let that run score as the count is now full.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not what the Enforcers want right now, but they do have an empty base, so a walk doesn't kill them here. I mean, like I said, it doesn't help them by any means, but
it's a tough situation if you're an Enforcers fan.
Yeah.
No outs in the inning. Winning run on at third. Full count to Jack Playhouse. Pitch from Josh Gradwell is outside, and Jack Playhouse works the walk, and the bases are now loaded for the Nighthawks as Drew Gradwell will step up to the plate. Drew Gradwell more than likely will be this season's Rookie of the Year. Finds himself in a big spot for this Nighthawks squad, trying to get that winning run in and tie this series up. Swing and a miss there, and Gradwell, Drew Gradwell that is, behind 0-2. Hits the zone, a major strikeout there from Josh Gradwell. Wins the battle there against his cousin Drew, and there's one away. Now in the inning, Philip Grossenbacher steps in. He's 2 for 3 here in this ball game. A couple of singles and a strikeout.
You're definitely not out of the woods yet. I mean, Phillips had 2 hits his last at-bats. Seen these pitches well.
It's a no pitch there from Josh Gradwell. Count stays, no balls and no strikes. Nighthawks trying to do anything they possibly can to get this run in over at third. Grossenbacher goes around there for strike 1. 1-1 here to Grossenbacher. Pitch from Gradwall. Hits the zone, and that is a nasty, nasty drop there from Josh
That might have been
Gradwall.
the best pitch I've seen all night.
It's now 0-2 to Grossenbacher. Ground ball right, gets past Josh Gradwall, and Chance Justice comes in to score. The Nighthawks, they win here in Game 2. Final score, 2-1. Unbelievable job there. Josh Gradwall had some issues on the mound with that comebacker right to him that goes underneath him, and the Nighthawks were able to score there. They win Game 2, 2-1. The series is now tied a game apiece, and we're about to get game number 3 started here shortly between the Enforcers and the Nighthawks. We'll be back momentarily.
Same order? Batting, yes, me and Josh was batting. Yeah, just me and Josh was. But yeah, same batting order? Yeah.
And we are in between games 2 and 3 of the NLCS. We're all tied up here. Forcers took Game 1 final score 6-1, and the Nighthawks just took Game 2 final score 2-1. We're going to send it down to Alex Harden on the field. He has Philip Grossenbacher of the Northern Nighthawks.
Thanks, Mark. I'm here with Philip Grossenbacher. He hit the walk-off single last game. Philip, first game kind of struggled at the dish a little bit, but Game 2 there seemed to make some adjustments, had 3 hits, including the walk-off. Walk us through your approach there, Game 2.
Yeah, I think I was just seeing the ball a little bit better. Started to take some pitches away. We're taking that low sinker away and looking for a pitch higher in the zone we could drive. I think, yeah, as a team, we adjusted really well there.
Nice, nice. And out there in the field, you're playing second base, center field kind of. You've made a lot of plays out there tonight. Seems like you take a lot of pride in your fielding. Is that the case?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing here is keeping the ball in front, keeping them away from getting those extra bases. They've been hitting the ball well here today, but yeah, I think we've been taking some opportunities, staying in front of balls and making some plays. So it's been good.
All right, that's all I got for you. Best of luck out there in Game 3.
Thanks, sir. Did you buy it like that, or did you, did you put, oh, you did? Guy on Instagram makes them. Oh, okay. I was like, did you just put those on yourself? I wish. When I was working at Ebbets, I used to do this on my hats. Where did you used to work? Ebbets Field Flannel. Yeah, oh, really? They make all that like old baseball stuff. Nice. I used to just run over the embroidery machine and like make all my own clothes. Are you a sneakerhead too? Yeah. Did you see that picture of Jake truck with all my shoes in the back? No. I'll show you after.
What? Yeah, show me. You just put a shit ton of
I've filled my truck. Yeah, when I was moving, it like literally filled with actual.
I just saw like those shoes. I'm like, oh, that's where the Cactus Jack Jordans or whatever.
Hey,
We're getting game 3 started. We are all tied up here, 1-1 in the series. This will be the third and final game we will play tonight. We will have games 4 and 5 played next week between the Nighthawks and the Enforcers, as trying to determine who's going to go to the World Series to face the Cyclones.
We got a whale of a series going. Although I'm sure you just said that.
Yes. But hey, it's good to have you
here
back
the whole
now.
time.
That's just high. To Justice, 2-0 is the count. Jake Oliver making his first start here in the series.
I think Chance Justice is going to be my pick this game for having a big game. He's struggled at the dish so far in games 1 and 2. Jake Oliver on the mound, new pitcher. See if he sees these pitches better.
Yeah, Chance has been quiet here tonight, as that's a fair ball down the third base line. Chance Justice is going to beat it out for an infield single. Runner on first for the Nighthawks. Jack Blehouse steps up to the plate.
You know, sometimes you just need a single, no matter what it is. Just get your groove back.
Yeah, and I think one thing that was difficult for Chance last game is Josh Gradwell was throwing him some really good pitches. I think Josh Gradwell's best pitches in that game were to Chance Justice. That's fouled off there from Jack Blehouse. Strike one. 0-1 here to Blehouse. Nighthawks would love to strike first here in this game 3. 1-1 the count. Pitch from Oliver is outside. Ball 2-1 to Blehouse. And Jake Oliver, he was the MVP last season, the 2022 season. He's had good numbers this year. I just don't know if you would say they're MVP caliber numbers this season.
Is that a little self-promotion there?
I don't think I'm getting the MVP either, but but you know, you never know. You never know, right? Runners on first and second.
Is team winning percentage taken into account for most valuable player? Because I don't think it should be.
I would agree.
I think I got a strong case.
Runners on first and second. Drew Gradwell to the plate. To be completely honest, I'd love to see DJ win the Cy Young this year. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to top Evan Clugston in that category, but DJ's certainly worthy.
2-0 to Drew Gradwell. Runners on first and second. Nobody out.
Jake's struggling to find the zone here.
Yeah, Jake Oliver this season pitching, he was 5-6 on the year, 3.52 ERA, 66 strikeouts. 3-1 is the count here to Drew Gradwell. And for those of you who might just be joining us, we're here in game 3 of the NLCS. We are all tied up. Series is tied 1-1. Enforcers won game 1, final score 6-1. And the Nighthawks won game 2, final score 2-1. Bases are loaded here in the top of the first inning for the Nighthawks. Nobody out in the inning, and Philip Grossenbacher steps in. Grossenbacher had the walk-off RBI single for the Nighthawks in game 2. Fouls that one off. Pitch here from Oliver. Gets Grossenbacher to go around. That was a slow pitch there from Jake Oliver, changing speeds on Grossenbacher. Oliver does a very good job of changing speeds. And Grossenbacher swings and misses the outside slider. There's now one away in the inning. Chance Justice steps up to the plate. Justice is 1 for 1 here in this game. Had a single in his last at-bat. Looks at a pitch inside. 1-0. Chance Justice. Ground ball right to Drew Williams at third. Throws to first, and he tags Jack Playhouse for the out. Jack Playhouse is going to be a
but it hit.
2 away in the inning. Bases remain loaded. Bases are loaded. Still in the top of the first inning. We have the replay here. Drew Williams gets the out on Jack Playhouse there, tags him. And the bases remain loaded. Bases loaded. 2 outs in the inning. Great play there from Drew Williams to prevent a run from scoring. As Jake Oliver starts Jack Playhouse out with ball 1. 1-0. That's just high there for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here to Playhouse. Jake Oliver's got to be careful here as a walk would bring in game's first run. Popped up into the air. Chase Winkler coming on. He's not going to be able to get there in time. That's strike 1 there to Jack Playhouse. 2-1 now at the count. Nighthawks were able to win a close game in Game 2. They won it 2-1. They'll tie the series at game apiece. This is the 3rd and final game we will play here tonight. Games 4 and 5 if needed, we played next week. Jack Playhouse looks at a curveball for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Pitch from Oliver is outside, full count. Now to Jack Playhouse. So big situation. Team who scores first has a 50% chance of winning the ball game. 60% chance of winning the ball. You know me too well, Alex. A walk brings a run in for the Nighthawks. It's now 1-0. Nighthawks lead it early here in Game 3, the NLCS. Drew Gradwell will step in. Gradwell walked in his first plate appearance. Jake Oliver trying to get out of this bases loaded jam, prevent any more damage from happening. He's got to face who will most likely be the Rookie of the Year, Drew Gradwell. Hits the zone. Great pitch there from Oliver. Gets ahead early, 0-1. Drew Gradwell looks at a ball there. Ball and a strike here to Gradwell. Bases are loaded. 2 outs in the inning. Nighthawks lead it 1-0. Gradwell swings and misses there. A ball and 2 strikes, now the count. Ground ball right back to Jake Oliver, and he steps on home to get the out on Grossenbacher. But the Nighthawks, they score 1 run in the top of the first. They lead it 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first here in Game 3. 0-1 here to Drew Williams. Looks at a ball there. A ball and a strike. We're in the bottom of the first, game 3. NLCS Nighthawks. About 1-0 lead. Ripped into left center field. Drew Williams rounds first, and he will stay there. A leadoff single for Drew Williams. And Jake Oliver will now bat with a runner on.
Great piece of hitting there, lining that through the hole. Opposite field. Gotta love that.
Great job there from Drew Williams. Now Jake Oliver up to the plate. Been a little bit of a quiet day for the home run king, Jake Oliver. 1-1 is the count. And for those of you wondering, here in a 5-game series, best of 5 series, that's a foul ball as it hit the bushes over there on the third base side. Once it hits those bushes in foul territory, it's immediately a foul ball.
What's for dinner tonight, Mark?
For dinner? That's a good question. I don't know. I've been doing like these, and the call on the field didn't go around, so it's going to be a ball.
Shane says he didn't, so we're going with that.
Tom, what are you doing?
Swing and a miss, and Jake Oliver.
It's only strike 2.
These umps are.
Yeah, no, he did. I saw it.
I was gonna say. I like how you didn't say it. Bro, I had the count.
Never mind.
Jake Oliver strikes out. One
Guess the
away
ball don't lie.
in the inning.
It comes to me.
See, I think the thing that the viewers don't understand is right when a play happens, we're immediately just getting yelled at.
Oh, for sure.
Just like
It's a thankless job. That guy's trying to make up
it's
a
hard
rule.
for me to make the call sometimes.
That guy's
to the
making up
viewers.
rules.
Ground ball to Philip Grossenbacher, steps on a second and gets the out. 2 away in the inning. And I think what's funny is I think everybody on the field is just so used to yelling up to the booth, but we have 2 umpires out there right now.
I know.
Chase Winkler steps in. He looks at ball 1, 1-0.
We should unionize.
What should our union name be?
I don't know. Maybe. Think.
3-1 to Chase Winkler. Runner on first. 2 outs. Swing and a miss there, and the count is now full here to Winkler.
Maybe we should join the MLB's umpire union. They seem to have a pretty good one. Nobody gets fired there.
That's true. Hits the top part of the zone. Strike 3. Chase Winkler strikes out looking for the final out. The Nighthawks, they lead at 1-0. We go to the top of the second inning here in game 3. Philip Grossenbacher started off here for the Nighthawks, top of the second inning. Jake Oliver remains on the mound. Pitches inside there. And what I was trying to say earlier in the ball game, in a best of 5 series, your best pitcher can throw a maximum of 3 games. 3 games or 9 innings. 3 games or 9 innings.
Yeah, it gets a little more complicated here in these longer series.
So Drew Gradwall is pitching in this game 3 for the Nighthawks. He will not have any eligibility after this game unless Jack Playhouse were to take him out in this game. As Grossenbacher goes around there, count is 2-2. More than likely, that's a big reason why we're seeing Jake Oliver here in this game 3, trying to save Josh Gradwall for later in the series. That's a nasty curveball from Jake Oliver. He sits down Philip Grossenbacher for out number 1, 1 away here in the top of the 2nd inning. Chance Justice going to step up to the plate. Justice tonight, he's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He had a tough game number 2, but has come back nicely here with a couple of hits. Fouls the first one off. Strike 1, 0-1 to Justice. Pitch from Oliver. Just high there. Trying to get Justice to chase that. Slow changeup.
Worked last time. Or last at bat, I should say.
I've fallen victim to that pitch so many times. That is ripped foul. 1-2. Now to Chance Justice. Nobody on. 1 away in the top of the 2nd inning. Pitch here from Oliver is in the dirt for a ball. 2-2. Now here to Justice. And the curveball hits the zone. A nasty pitch there from Oliver. 2 away.
I think Chance saw the entire gambit of Jake's arsenal there. It's been a rough night for Chance.
And Chance, as he struck out on that pitch, he looks back to us and he goes, "That was a nice pitch."
Yeah. That ball was inside pretty much all the way until just hit the zone.
Jack Playhouse steps in, nobody on, 2 away. Looks at ball 1.
Glad we have the lights going right now.
Yeah, it's
been a very nice addition.
Just keeps getting darker and darker here in Washington.
Yeah.
We're still in summer too.
Yeah.
It feels like we're in the heart of fall though.
Yeah. It's a good old marine layer.
2-1. Count to Playhouse here. And Playhouse goes around, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
What? You got that no pitch? No. That was a no pitch. No pitch. 61. Thank you. Yeah.
So no pitch, too fast on the gun. 2-1 here to Playhouse. And the slider outside. 3-1 now the count. Nighthawks have a 1-0 lead here in game 3. Trying to go a game up on the Enforcers. Oliver throws ball 4 there to Playhouse. Runner on first. And Drew Gradwall up to the plate. Strike 1 there to Drew Gradwall. 1 on, 2 outs. 1-1. Nighthawks trying to keep this inning going. Have a 2-out rally as that hits Drew Gradwell on the back, and the count moves to 2-1. 2-1 the pitch from Oliver. Inside, ball 3. 3 balls. 1 strike, the count. And the 3-1. Outside for ball 4. Runners on first and second now for the Nighthawks. Philip Grossenbacher steps in. 0 for 2 tonight, 2 strikeouts. Grossenbacher had that walk-off single in game 2, which tied this series up. He's had a couple of tough at-bats here against Jake Oliver so far tonight. Trying to turn that around and keep this inning going. Keep the 2-out rally going, and Grossenbacher chases for strike 1. Curveball. It's the zone. Strike 2. 0-2 now to Grossenbacher. Runners on first and second, 2 outs.
It's like deja vu from game 2. Nighthawks find themselves up 1 run here. Prime opportunity for insurance here.
Yeah, anything you can do to try to add on to a 1-run lead will drastically help your chances.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Jake Oliver definitely works a little slower than Josh Gradwell. For good reason. Got to think about which of the 7 pitches he's going to throw in his arsenal. So that's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Grossenbacher.
Phillips turning this into a really nice at-bat.
Grossenbacher trying to get the best of Jake Oliver for the first time here tonight. And that is hit up into the air. Josh Gradwell is right there to make the grab for out number 3. No run score for the Nighthawks in the top of the 2nd inning. They still lead it 1-0.
And we're back.
We back. Josh Gradwell up to the plate.
We're losing focus up
here. Enough laughing, Alex. Okay, we got to stay serious in this game. Gradwell fouls that one into the backstop. Strike 1. 0-1.
Gotta admit, ever since I got eliminated, I have been a little mentally checked out. But
I think it's to be expected. You know what I mean? You know, you just.
I guess I've been mentally checked out since about week 3. So.
Hey, I mean, you guys did win a game in the wild card, so.
Yeah, I was hoping the Stingers would keep sweeping and go all the way. We would have been the only team to beat them in the playoffs.
You know, that just means you wanted us to lose, and I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry, but.
2-2 to Josh Gradwell as he fouls that one off. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Forsters, they've been quiet since that first inning back in game 1. They erupted for 6 runs against Drew Gradwell.
I think they've put up 1 since.
Yeah, and since they've put up 1 run.
This is what plagued them early in the season when they started out in 0-6 hole. Just weren't hitting home runs, weren't hitting with guys on base, weren't drawing walks. It was just a pretty putrid offense, honestly.
And you know, I think you can credit Drew Gradwell. He's been great ever since that first inning. Ground ball over to Jack Playhouse, and they get the out on Drew Williams. 2 away now in the inning, but like I was saying, you know, Drew Gradwell, ever since that first inning back in game 1, he has settled in nicely, only giving up that 1 run since. You know, sometimes when you're just getting out there on the mound, sometimes you have a couple of shaky pitches to start it off, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah, very true.
Ball 1 here to Jake Oliver, who just continues to be quiet so far here in this series. We're looking for that big hit from Jake Oliver. Something that we know all too well about Jake Oliver is doesn't matter how quiet he is or if he's seems to be in a little mini slump, he always comes through with that big hit in the game or the series.
He's the heart and soul of this Enforcer squad.
Ball 3 there to Oliver, 3-1. Ripped up the middle, right to Philip Grossenbacher. He fires over to first, and Chance Justice just not able to hold on there. Jake Oliver on with a single.
He had a rocket there. It's one of the hardest hit balls we've seen all night. Jake finally getting a hit.
And Grossenbacher didn't make too bad of a play on it. The throw was a little low for Justice to handle. Oliver ends up getting on first. Brock Playhouse looks at strike 1 from Drew Gradwell. And it's now 0-2. Inside there for a ball. Ball and 2 strikes. And Brock Playhouse strikes out for the final out here in the bottom of the second inning. Nighthawks, they still lead at 1-0. We go to the final inning here in game 3 of the NLCS.
No, I think I'm up. Philip was last out.
Chance Justice up to the plate for the Nighthawks as he looks at strike 1, 0-1. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. And Justice fouls that off.
I lost in the light.
1 and 2 will remain the count. We're here in the top of the 3rd inning. Game 3 of the NLCS. Nighthawks trying to add on some insurance runs.
Quiet down over there, please.
Currently holding on to a 1-0 lead. Oliver throws that high. 2-2 now to Justice. That is ripped high and deep. It's got a chance, and it's going to stay in the yard. Chance Justice gets a double. That was hit to the deepest part out there in left center.
It's our pesky tree out there.
Doesn't hit the tree out there in left field, left center field. Stays in the park, a double for Chance Justice. So the Nighthawks have a runner on second here for Jack Playhouse. Again, trying to add on to this 1-run lead. Pitch from Oliver. And Playhouse goes around for strike 1. hits the zone for strike 2. 0-2 to Playhouse. Pitch on the way is just outside for a ball. 1-2. And that's outside as well. 2-2 is the count. Jack Playhouse tonight has 3 walks here in the game. And that hits him on the back. Full count to Jack Playhouse.
Gotta love that on-base percentage.
Just seems like Jake Oliver might be having a little bit of a tough time here against Jack Playhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Walked him 3 times in this ball game. And Playhouse fouls that off.
What's the opposite of a golden sombrero? If you walk 4 times in a game.
The opposite of a golden sombrero? I don't know. I would probably just
or
say...
Or the inverse.
I'd probably just say getting 4 singles.
Well, but I mean 4 walks, 4 strikeouts.
I mean, I guess you could say a walk and a single are basically the same thing, right? Depending on the... Yeah, and Jack Playhouse did really well there. Fouled that one off. There's a slow changeup from Jake Oliver. It was going to hit the zone. Good job there from Jack Playhouse to foul that off. Full count. Inside strike 3. Great pitch from Jake Oliver. 1 away.
It's a great job from Jake to battle back in that at-bat. Jack, very patient hitter. Made that at-bat a little brutal there for Jake, but Jake ultimately won.
And Drew Gradwall now steps in as he looks at a strike. 0-1 here to Drew Gradwall. Ball there, ball and a strike. Drew Gradwall, the night he's 0 for 1, 2 walks. Grounded into a fielder's choice. Ground ball right to Drew Williams at third, and it gets underneath him. Drew Gradwall, he'll reach on an error there. Runners at first and second for Philip Grossenbacher.
Would have been a tough play, but still a brutal error for the enforcers there. But they do have the force out at third now. Jake's always aware when the ball gets hit back to him. We've seen him go to third several times, and sometimes he screws it up, but that's life, I guess.
Yeah, it happens. Those comebackers right back to the mound can be difficult to handle. As Grossenbacher swings and misses there for strike 1. 0-1. Pitch on the way from Oliver is fouled off again from Grossenbacher, and it's now 0-2. What? Swing and a miss. Philip Grossenbacher strikes out. Second out in the inning. Chance Justice steps in. Runners on first and second. Again, we can't, and we have just had some technical difficulties there with the lights. They turn right back on. Are you? All right, if you were with us on Monday, we've been having some issues with the lights, and there they go again. So we're just trying to make sure that we can get them to stay on.
Let's sit. Everyone catch your breath. Oxygen tank.
Okay, I see a white ball. Let's go.
We'll be back shortly. We're just trying to make sure we get these lights correctly on.
Trust me, my 2020 vision will get going. Maybe it's 2019.
And we're back. Just like that.
Yeah.
Boom. All right.
We saw Chance hit a long double his last at bat. See if you can replicate that swing. It was nearly a home run.
Hits the zone. That might have been Jake's best changeup he's thrown this season, possibly.
Chance did not expect that one.
0-1 here to Justice. Can't reiterate how important it's going to be for this Nighthawks team to try to get an insurance run here at the least. Don't want to face this Enforcers team here in the bottom of the third, only up a run. Pitch from Oliver. Fouled off from Justice. Count remains 0-2. Nighthawks would love to get that run in over at second. And the pitch. Ripped foul down that third base side, and the count stays 0-2 here to Justice. Chance tonight, he's 3 for 4, 2 singles, a double, and a strikeout on the evening. Trying to drive in another run for the Nighthawks. 0-2 from Oliver. Fouled back into the backstop, and we remain 0-2 as this has been a battle.
Chance will not go down without a fight.
Chance Justice. Got that competitive spirit in him. We love to see it. Fouled off. I think that's the 4th foul ball in a row. Chance Justice is seen here in an 0-2 count.
I got 4.
Just continues to battle here against Jake Oliver. Pitch. Swing and a miss. And Jake Oliver gets the best of Chance Justice there. No run score for the Nighthawks in the top of the third inning. They lead it 1-0. We go to the bottom of the third here in Game 3, the NLCS. Chase Winkler leads it off here for the Enforcers. Enforcers down a run here in the bottom of the third. We're tied here, 1-1 in the series. Nighthawks trying to hold on. Take this lead. 3-0 to Winkler, and he walks. The Enforcers get the tying run on at first, which will bring up the winning run to the plate in Josh Gradwell.
Mark, you know what I'm going to ask right here. We have I guess, we do have the potential for another Brock-off.
We do. We do. You're right. You're right. There's going to be potential for a Brock-off in this game. We will see as Josh Gradwell looks at ball one. And remember, Josh Gradwell hit a 3-run home run back in the first inning of Game 1 against his cousin Drew. But since then, Drew Gradwell has pretty much been shutting down his cousin Josh.
Yeah, after that first inning of Game 1, Drew's looked pretty dialed here. He's going to let it all out of here probably. This is the last inning of the series.
Strike 3, Josh Gradwell strikes out looking. One away in the inning. Enforcers go back to the top of the order with Drew Williams stepping in.
Those vans, Drew? Yeah. They're the tennis shoe vans. Let's go, Drew. Are they comfy? Those are what our disc golf fans, no joke.
First pitch here to Drew Williams does not go. Ball one.
Look at that bat drag. Love it. Yeah.
Popped up into the air. Jack Blayhouse makes the grab, and Chase Winkler gets right back to first. There's 2 outs here in the inning as the lights continue to flicker.
It's gonna do it again. I got a hard reset.
And we're going to just reset them real quick. We'll be back very shortly.
See, you moved the banner.
Did you unplug it and plug it back in?
Alright, what about the restart button?
No, like here.
Did you unplug it and plug it back in?
This Wi-Fi sucks.
I think you need to call IT.
I know.
Where's Peter?
We
need
Yeah.
Peter.
Hey, take the Nintendo disc out and blow on it.
I'm just turning it off.
It's amazing that worked 99% of the time.
Now they're half on.
And Nintendo didn't even say
Oh, there you go. That was just like dramatic.
They look brighter now. Am I crazy?
They do look brighter.
That's because it was dark.
No one better.
Let's go. Let's go, Drew. Big time. Got two. Nothing easy. Nothing good.
And we got the lights back on, so we are back to playing. There's 2 outs. You're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nighthawks trying to hold on to this 1-0 lead that they have, but the Enforcers, they do have tying run on at first. Ground ball to Jack Playhouse. He throws over to first, and it's going to be in time to get Jake Oliver, the Northern Nighthawks. As the Eastern Enforcers, they're going to challenge the call on the field. Call on the field is out. We're looking at the replay right now.
That has never been true a day in my life when I was around.
And the call on the field is confirmed. The Northern Nighthawks, they hold on and they win Game 3 1-0 and take a 1-game lead here against the Enforcers in the NLCS. That is going to do it for us here tonight for games. The Nighthawks, they lead the series here 2-1. We will be back next week for more NLCS action between the Enforcers and the Nighthawks. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight. We appreciate everybody coming in and viewing and having a good time with us here. We will be back next week for more NLCS action. Have a good night, everybody.